live on TVG.
They're racing in the United Nations, and Little Mike goes right out to take the lead in an instant. Little Mike so fast out of the gate, opens up a length and a half from Sky Ring, who's second early, and then comes Russian Greek, who settles into third position to the inside, moving for the first turn. Teeks North is just to the outside of Wilcox Inn, who has the rail. Harrods Creek is after that, then Big Blue Kitten, and last of all is Hangover Kid, as Little Mike sets the early pace here, runs a quarter in 23 and 4/5 seconds, a respectable first fraction for Joel Rosario and Little Mike. Gary Stevens has Sky Ring, a length and a half off of Little Mike, keeping him just off this front runner. And then comes Russian Greek, a long shot in third, 3.5 lengths off the lead. Teeks North is after that. Wilcox Inn is fifth right now, settling back 5.5 from the pace. Big Blue Kitten is down on the inside of Harrods Creek. Last of all is Hangover Kid, as Little Mike runs 47-4 for the first half mile. Into the clubhouse turn. Little Mike, been there all the way. Very quick out of the gate, maintains a length and 3/4 lead on Sky Ring in second. Russian Greek is third to the outside. Then it's Teeks North along the rail. And now Wilcox Inn has been guided to the outside, and 4 deep there is Harrods Creek, who's going up. The pace continues to be easy up front. Then Big Blue Kitten and Hangover Kid, 3/4 in 1, 12-2. Up the backstretch, Little Mike now. Gary Stevens sending Sky Ring to put on the pressure. And Sky Ring draws up alongside of Little Mike, and they're head and head on the lead as they approach the far turn. Teeks North, Wilcox Inn, and Harrods Creek are lined up right behind them. Then it's Big Blue Kitten. Little Mike continues to fend off Sky Ring on the far turn. Little Mike a half length in front. Sky Ring now put to a drive by Stevens, second on the outside. Little Mike is in front. He ran a mile in 1:35-4. They're into the stretch, and it's Little Mike. Sky Ring could not go with him. New competition coming from Teeks North, Big Blue Kitten, and now these two come after Little Mike, who digs in for all he's got. He's been passed by Big Blue Kitten and Teeks North. Big Blue Kitten and Joe Bravo have the lead close to home, and Big Blue Kitten has won the United Nations. Teeks North was second, Hangover Kid was third, Little Mike ended up fourth, and then Wilcox Inn.
And they're off. Stormy Lord immediately takes command. Stormy Lord out there with that lead. Tahoe Lake moves up on the far outside. Natella's got some early speed. And then Twilight Eclipse and over at the inside Star Channel. Boisterous is 6th, followed by Al Khali running along in 7th. London Lane is 8th on the far outside. Tannery is now 9th. And down on the fence is Big Blue Kitten, 10th. As his stablemate leads the way in Exclusive Strike and Optimizer. So around the first of 3 turns here, and Stormy Lord is providing the pace, and he opens up 4 lengths on the field here. Tahoe Lake not taking the bait and sits back along in second. Natella's a little bit rank, running along in third. He's trying to follow Tahoe Lake around there, and they have caught up on the front runner. So the lead's now a length and a half. Stormy Lord, Tahoe Lake is second. London Lord on the outside now. There goes London Lane up to challenge for the lead. Twilight Eclipse over on the hedge runs along in fourth. Boisterous is only 3.5 lengths from the lead. He's now running in 5th position. And then the French colt Nutella is back racing in 6th. Al Khali takes to the outside 7th. Optimizer 8th and on the far outside, followed by Star Channel Exclusive Strike. Big Blue Kitten still at the back of the pack, and Tannery is now the trailer. Stormy Lord, the lead's just a length. The half-mile mark was 49-4, 3/4 in 1:14-1. The field moving down the backstretch here, and there's 5 furlongs remaining. The leader is still Stormy Lord. London Lane pressing for that lead midway down the backstretch run. Twilight Eclipse tucked away at the hedge, right there third, as they approach the far turn, less than a half-mile to go. Then it's Tahoe Lake, Nutella toward the inside. Time ticking away for Boisterous here. Yet to get underway. He's still about 5.5 lengths from the lead. Al Khali is in behind horses as they move into the far turn. Big Blue Kitten starting to get underway, but he'll have to find a way through on the inside. Less than 3 furlongs to go. London Lane, a narrow lead. Twilight Eclipse, and here comes Boisterous. Charging up on the outside. Al Khali takes to the far outside. Stormy Lord has given way. Nutella tried to squeeze through toward the rail. Twilight Eclipse has come away with the lead. But here comes Nutella, closing with the furious rally. And so too Big Blue Kitten, coming with giant strides. And he gobbles up the turf. And in the final furlong, Big Blue Kitten with a dramatic final quarter mile wins the Sword Dancer by length. Twilight Eclipse was second. It was close for third between the French Nutella and the filly Tannery. And they're off. Joe's Blazing Aaron wasting no time. King Crease's got some good speed too. And over down toward the inside, Natello forwardly placed. So they make this long quarter-mile run to the first turn. And it is Joe's Blazing Aaron out there doing his job to establish the pace here over King Creaser running along in second. Imagining tugs his way up to be third, just on the outside of Nutella running along in fourth. Little Mike is fifth. He'll be 3 wide moving into the turn, followed by Twilight Eclipse running along in sixth. Slumber is now seventh. The 2 stablemates here of the 3-ply entry are second to last and last. It is second to last is Real Solution, and the very last of them all is Big Blue Kitten. So they make their way around the first turn as Joe's Blazing Aaron tries to set the table here. The quarter was 23-4. Legitimate enough half mile of 47-3. So Joe's Blazing Aaron on top. King Creaser still second on the outside. Imagining up on this good pace, but well held by running along in third. Little Mike is making progress now. He advances up into fourth, passing Nutella back running in fifth. And it's a break of 3 back to Twilight Eclipse, followed by Slumber. And then Real Solution and Big Blue Kitten still trailing the field as their stablemate leads the way. There's 3/4 of a mile left remaining, 3/4 up in 1:11-2. Down the backstretch run, Joe's Blazing Aaron, 2-length lead. King Creaser has been second throughout here. There's 5 furlongs to go. Imagining Justin behind the lead. Little Mike racing fourth, about 4 lengths from the front. Then it's a break of another 2 back to Slumber, who's just on the inside of Twilight Eclipse. Break of another 3 back to Natello. And now starting to get underway is Real Solution. And Big Blue Kitten is last, but starting to gather momentum now. And he's going to try to make his run through on the rail. So the work is over here for Joe's Blazing Aaron with 3 furlongs remaining. Here comes Little Mike. Little Mike now to seize the lead as they make their way toward the top of the stretch. It is Little Mike now in front. Real Solution coming with a sweeping move on the outside. Twilight Eclipse is also right there. Then Imagining Big Blue Kitten is caught in behind the weakening King Creaser. They're coming into the final furlong. It's Little Mike in front. Real Solution bearing down on him from the outside. Slumber's kicking in late. Here comes Slumber with a late run on the outside. Little Mike digging down. Real Solution on the outside. A final try from Big Blue Kitten coming through on the rail. Can Little Mike hold on? Big Blue Kitten comes through on the inside. It's a photo finish. Did Big Blue Kitten just get up in the final strides, or did Little Mike hold on? It was too close to call here in the Joe Hirsch. Slumber was third. Real Solution was fourth.
What a finish here in the Joe Hirsch Turf Classic. Either Big Blue Kitten along the inside or last year's Breeders' Cup Turf champ Little Mike on the outside. Simon, what a race.
Yeah, here's the 2 Big Blue Kitten. Little Mike didn't get the lead today. I thought a great ride from Mike Smith. Down the backside, he engaged and sat just off the leaders with about half a length between him and the pace setter. And here comes Big Blue Kitten. The hard luck story in this race, believe me, is the 4 Slumber. We'll get to that in just a second. But let's go down to the wire. The 2 on the rail. Joe Bravo in to ride this one. Does he get there, or is it Hall of Famer Mike Smith with that disappointment on Royal Delta? Does he make amends here? It's right at the wire.
Little Mike still in front at this moment. As we take a look, the inside, outside.
Oh, it's a head.
Little Mike?
Little Mike.
Little Mike is back. Wow.
I mean, that's an unofficial angle, but eyeballing it here, it appeared to be Little Mike, just a bob of the heads here. And there's Real Solution, the Arlington Million winner, looming up on the outside. Mike Smith and Little Mike put that one away. But here comes jockey Joe Bravo. And I think just came up a no short here.
I think he just loses to the head bob.
Yeah.
It looked like he lost the head bob. Now, the photo sign is still posted here. They have not put up the order of finish. It's up now. Little Mike is your winner. 7-2-2B for Little Mike.
And they're off. Divine Oath away well. How Great now moves up, and Middleburg towards the rail into the clubhouse turn. It is How Great in front here. How Great in front by a length and a half, with Divine Oath in second, and Middleburg is next in third. Then it's Mr. Speaker on the outside racing in fourth. Unbridled Ocean is in fifth. a break of 3 to VE Day, followed by Sky Blazer, and the trailer is Big Blue Kitten in 8th. They've reached the backstretch. The quarter was running 24 and 2/5 seconds. And How Great has opened up a 3.5 length lead on Divine Oath. Mr. Speaker and Middleburg are right together 3rd and 4th. Then it's Unbridled Ocean racing in 5th. The Travers winner, VE Day, is 6th right now, about 10 lengths from the front. Then Sky Blazer and Big Blue Kitten, the half in 48 and 4. Long Shot How Great leads here by 6 lengths. Divine Oath runs in 2nd. Then Mr. Speaker and Middleburg, and now they begin the run around the far turn. It's still How Great, but the lead is down to 4. Divine Oath in 2nd, then Mr. Speaker, Middleburg. On the outside is Sky Blazer. Then comes Big Blue Kitten, who's down at the rail, followed by Unbridled Ocean, and VE Day will be widest of all as they come into the stretch. 3/4 went in 1:13. It's still How Great in front with Divine Oath, and here comes Big Blue Kitten now, and jockey Joe Bravo. Big Blue Kitten has taken over the lead, and Joe Bravo is going to sweep the 3 stakes here at Belmont today. Big Blue Kitten wins the Fort Marcy.
Line and ready for the start. They're off in the Knob Creek Manhattan. And War Dancer broke very well, and Legendary and War Dancer will be the early leaders. General A-Rod came out running in 3rd position to the outside of them, and then comes Twilight Eclipse, followed by Magic Artist as the field races for the turn. Then Jack Milton to the outside. Hyper is down toward the rails. Slumber is after that. And then Finnegan's Wake, who's near the back of the field, right alongside of Biz the Nurse. And last of them all is Big Blue Kitten, a 24 and 4 opening quarter mile for War Dancer, who's on the muscle early here. War Dancer is the leader as they head on to the backstretch. Legendary is a half length behind, running in 2nd. Twilight Eclipse is close up in 3rd. General A-Rod on the outside is 4th. And then it's the European Magic Artist and Hyper on the inside, right against the hedge, 2.5 lengths off the lead. Jack Milton and Slumber follow them. Then Biz the Nurse, followed by Finnegan's Wake, and Big Blue Kitten and Joe Bravo trailed the field up the backstretch. They went a half mile in 50 and 1/5 seconds. The leader is War Dancer. Jose Lezcano and War Dancer a neck in front of Legendary and Edgar Prado, who are 2nd on the outside. Right in behind them, Twilight Eclipse. Hyper needs running room down toward the hedge as they move into the turn. And then it's General A-Rod, Magic Artist, Slumber to the inside, Jack Milton, Biz the Nurse, Finnegan's Wake, and Big Blue Kitten. 3/4 went in 1:14 and 2. Around the far turn. No change so far. War Dancer still going at it with Legendary. These two have been 1-2 throughout. Twilight Eclipse just off of them. Hyper cuts the corner, and they're into the stretch, and Legendary runs for the lead. It is Legendary on the outside. Down toward the hedge, War Dancer tries to fight on in 2nd. Slumber and Twilight Eclipse are coming. Here's Slumber, and Slumber runs by Legendary. Slumber and Erad Ortiz, and they're pulling away late. It is going to be Slumber to win, and it is Big Blue Kitten that gets up for 2nd outside of Legendary. Finnegan's Wake was 4th.
And they're off in the United Nations. Ashley Love Sugar goes straight to the front, and Shining Copper, the big long shot's a bit quicker and now takes the lead. Sycamore Lane 3rd, and Divine Oath comes away in 4th. Then it's Big Blue Kitten 5th through the opening furlong, about 7 or 8 lengths off his fellow color bearer. Outside of him comes Imagining. Twilight Eclipse is on the rail with 9 lengths to make up. Then it's Main Sequence and Slumbers at the back. Shining Copper ensures an honest pace as he opens up 4 lengths into the stretch for the first time. Gary Stevens and Ashley Love Sugar just galloping along by himself in 2nd. Then comes Divine Oath in 3rd, at the rails Sycamore Lane 4th. Twilight Eclipse is a joint 5th, and now Imagining moves up outside of him. They are followed by Big Blue Kitten. Main Sequence and Slumber is about 18 lengths off front-running Shining Copper, who has opened it up now to lead by 8 lengths. Ashley Love Sugar is in 2nd.
Sycamore Lane third. He's just in front of Divine Oath, racing in between horses, Imagining 3 wide, a dozen lengths off this long shot leader. Big Blue Kitten is side by side with Twilight Eclipse, then Slumber and Main Sequence. Shining Copper continuing this ambitious run with a double-digit lead. Ashley Loves Sugar, Sycamore Lane, and Imagining are second, third, and fourth. Divine Oath is just behind them. Twilight Eclipse is asked to get closer, responding just a bit. Big Blue Kitten has the red cap as they're swarming in on Shining Copper into the far turn. Main Sequence and Slumber have been at the back throughout. Shining Copper's lead diminishing, it's down to 2 lengths. Ashley Loves Sugar, Imagining. Big Blue Kitten ranging into contention. He's only 4 lengths off the leader, swinging to the outside as Twilight Eclipse saves every bit of ground, trying to get through the narrowest of openings. From the back of the pack, Main Sequence still has 8 to make up. They're a furlong from the finish, and Big Blue Kitten lets out an electrifying rally to take command. Shining Copper running a valiant race in second. Twilight Eclipse and then Slumber. Big Blue Kitten wins the United Nations for the second time in 3 years. Slumber rallied strongly for second. It was a photo for third between Shining Copper and Twilight Eclipse.
Bill to make up the 13 at 1.25 miles. They are in the gate. They're off in the Arlington Million. Shining Copper being sent. Shining Copper, the Arlington Handicap winner, Quiet Force, Legendary, and Book Runner in the front ranks, along with Maverick Wave in the Godolphin Blue. It's Shining Copper. Shining Copper has come away in front. Book Runner taking a hold of to settle. And on the outside is Maverick Wave as they come past the stands. And it's Shining Copper who leads the way from Maverick Wave and Book Runner in third. Legendary is fourth and settled as they make their way toward the first turn. Shining Copper out to lead the way from Maverick Wave and Book Runner. Maverick in fourth. Up with the Birds. Stays rooted to the rail. Next as they round the first turn. Outside Up with the Birds is Legendary in fifth. Wake Forest in sixth between horses. Purple White Hoops. Then on the outside, Quiet Force. Slumber right there from the rail. As they go to the back of the course, the Pizza Man is mid-pack. And then comes the 13-time winner, Big Blue Kitten, together with Triple Threat. It's a break of 2 more then to Belgian Bill and Elval is last of 13 going up the back of the course. The quarter, the fastest ever in the million. 21 3/5 seconds. Half mile in 46 3/5. They head to the half-mile pole in the 33rd Arlington Million. And Shining Copper continues to set the tone. And it's a robust pace. Shining Copper by 2. Book Runner is second. Maverick Wave third as they enter the turn. Legendary starts to quicken now. Maverick Wave is dropped back. Up with the Birds, a ground saving fourth. Quiet Force now under Florent Giroux.
They're off in the Joe Hirsch Turf Classic, and there goes Shining Copper up to grab the early lead. Shining Copper, as expected, in that pace-making role, is opened up to lead by 2.5 lengths in the early stages here. With Red Rifle away running in second, Twilight Eclipse third, and then comes Quiet Force to the outside, followed by Slumber, who's now 8 lengths off of Shining Copper. Big Blue Kitten is 12 lengths off of Shining Copper, and Perfect Title trails the field, and the pace is hot. 23 3, the opening quarter mile for this 1.5 mile distance. And Shining Copper doing what he does out there on an 8-length front-running mission on the clubhouse turn. Now it's almost a 10-length lead for Shining Copper. Red Rifle will let him go and sit second. Twilight Eclipse is third. And then comes Quiet Force, followed by Slumber. Break of another 3.5 lengths back to Big Blue Kitten, who's about 17 lengths off of his stablemate and leading only Perfect Title to the backstretch. 47 flat was the half mile. So they go on to this long backstretch here at Belmont Park with Shining Copper, the pacemaker, and in front by 7 lengths. Heading up the backstretch, Red Rifle is second by 4. Then it's Twilight Eclipse and Slumber on the outside. Another 3.5 back to Big Blue Kitten. And they're followed by Quiet Force and Perfect Title. So it has been Shining Copper all the way, 3/4 up in 1:11-2. And Shining Copper heads into the turn, and his lead is even bigger now. It's up to a 9-length advantage as they head round the turn. And Red Rifle is running in second. A Strong Slumber is third as they make their way around the turn. Twilight Eclipse being motivated for more as they catch up to Shining Copper now. Big Blue Kitten's within 6 lengths of the lead. It's still Shining Copper, but the lead is down to 1.5 lengths. Twilight Eclipse needs some running room. He's trapped in behind Shining Copper. No place to go for Twilight Eclipse. In the meanwhile, Big Blue Kitten rushes up on the outside. Joe Bravo says go to Big Blue Kitten, and they've opened up to lead by 2.5 lengths. With Slumber up running in second. Now there's late running room for Twilight Eclipse's third. Big Blue Kitten's got a 2.5 length lead. Slumber, Twilight Eclipse on the inside are coming. Big Blue Kitten, Slumber, Twilight Eclipse. Big Blue Kitten won the Joe Hirsch Turf Classic. It was a photo between Slumber and Twilight Eclipse behind him, and then it was Red Rifle and Shining Copper. And the final time was 2 minutes, 23.39 seconds, a new course record.
Is he ready to go here? Jorge Ricardo and Ordak Dan walk right in, falling line, ready for the start. They're off in the Breeders' Cup Turf. And there goes Shining Copper, and as expected, he's going to speed up. Shining Copper and Luis Saez open up to lead by 3 lengths early on, and Golden Horn is right in the race, just to the inside of Cage Fighter as they move for that first turn. The Pizza Man will sit in 4th position early as Shining Copper opens up a 6-length lead. Twilight Eclipse is right to the inside of the Pizza Man, and then comes Found, followed on the inside by Slumber. Ordak Dan, Red Rifle, Big Blue Kitten are next, and at the back of the pack are Big John B and the Big Hoss. 24-2 the opening quarter mile for Shining Copper, who's doing what he always does. He's way out in front here. Shining Copper a good 15 lengths ahead of the rest of the field. And Cage Fighter is running in second position early on. And the Arc de Triomphe winner Golden Horn is third, as Shining Copper has about a 20-length advantage on the field early on. And he went 48-1 for a half mile. And then comes the Pizza Man to the outside of Twilight Eclipse. And then Slumber, Found the filly is next. And then Red Rifle and Ordak Dan. And they're being followed by Big John B. Big Blue Kitten's letting his stablemate do it up front. And he is really doing up front. Big John B. near the back of the field into Big Hoss trails. And they're onto the backstretch. At least Shining Copper is 3/4 in 1:12-3. He must be 25 lengths in front. I mean, he's literally in another race right now. Shining Copper all by himself up the backstretch. Let's see how far he can go. Cage Fighter is running in second. And now Frankie Dettori takes Golden Horn to the outside of him. And he is right in contention in third, followed by Found and Twilight Eclipse. So the field makes their way toward the far turn. Shining Copper, the rabbit, in front. And his lead is starting to shorten. It's down to about a 12-length advantage into the turn. And the first one that'll take a crack at him appears to be Golden Horn. Golden Horn is second, and now the margin is down to 6, and now it's down to 5, and they are getting to Shining Copper quickly. Golden Horn is coming after the Pizza Man is 2, and then it's Found, and Big Blue Kitten, who was set up by a stablemate, is swinging up on the far side. They're into the stretch. Golden Horn, the Arc de Triomphe in front, the filly Found, Big Blue Kitten charging down the center of the course, and right behind them is Slumber. Golden Horn all out, Found right alongside. On the outside of them is Big Blue Kitten. Found has taken the lead. Golden Horn, Big Blue Kitten, the fillies Found and Golden Horn. Found did it in the turf. Golden Horn second. Europe was 1-2. And then it was Big Blue Kitten, followed by Slumber.
The filly did it. She upset the superstar Golden Horn. Found and jockey Ryan Moore surging to victory in the final furlong here in the turf.
Very patient mid-pack. I don't even know if these jockeys could see Shining Copper, who was so far out in front of the race. Ryan Moore, since 2008, has won more turf races than any other jockey in the Breeders' Cup, so he's on his game right now. Golden Horn, a valiant effort. Maybe the ground got to him, but certainly Found got to it well enough and took his measure.
The Coolmore boys and Aidan O'Brien drew this race up just exactly like it happened. They thought Golden Horn would be vulnerable because of the footing. They knew that the 3-year-old filly Found would relish the footing. They called it. They thought they had a great chance